Welcome back to the Morning Toast. We are so excited for the first time in 8 months to have breathing, living human beings in our studio. And of course, it is friend of the toast, Simon Huck, and launching his new podcast with his co-host, Melissa Washington. A little hyphen. We love a hyphen. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
We're so excited to be here.
Thank you for being here.
This is so exciting for us.
It feels really good. And the studio is so glam.
Simon was at the old studio, which everyone knows we were evicted. Big drama. But now we're here and we're
It's Simon approved?
No, it's very glam. High ceilings.
Simon approved. That's all that matters.
Great lighting.
Yeah, great lighting.
Mm-hmm. So last time you were here, you were owner of, entrepreneur of a fabulous, fabulous company. And now you are coming to us as a podcaster.
Yes.
You have lowered your bar.
No.
And you have joined us here in the podcast world.
No, it's really very high-low. No, so I started this company, Judy, which is an emergency preparedness brand.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows. Okay, so 2020 has been kind of this outrageous year.
Yeah.
So many emergencies. And Melissa has been my real life ride or die emergency contact. And we wanted to do a podcast, but we didn't really know how to talk about emergencies and also make it something that people wanted to listen to.
How do you two know each other?
Oh my God, so we met like 400 years ago in college. We were introduced by a mutual friend.
Simon, you went to college.
I know,
shocking.
Barely, believe me.
Where did you guys
barely.
go?
We're Canadian, so we went to this school called Queens. No, McGill. Everyone thinks
Everyone.
McGill.
That's the only one.
Everyone thinks McGill, which is like, Queens has such bad branding because McGill is like chic, but Queens is like the
McGill,
Harvard of the
McGraw.
North. No, not even McGraw. I guess McGill needs
Is
better
McGraw like
branding.
a textbook company? What's
Yeah.
McGraw?
I honestly had Morgan Stewart on my mind and her new
Right, so
fiance.
this is like Canada in a nutshell. Like, what's it called again?
McGill.
Anyway, so we went to college together and we met through a mutual friend and we just like instantly fell in love. And then he hasn't been able to shake me since. It's been
And I was her
17
maid of
years.
honor in her first wedding. And I hooked her up with her first husband, who was my roommate in college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right, yes. So it's,
She's like, thanks for bringing that up.
No, she's always like, can you stop bringing that up? But I'm like, it is the reason. It's the genesis of our relationship.
you're right. You know what? You're right. It's a pretty like key part of the story.
Yeah.
But so then, we moved to New York together around the same time. I moved before Cy, and then he moved like a few months later.
Well, and Melissa was studying public relations. And at the time, I was like, oh my God, I love Sex and the City. I want to be like my only...
Like everyone else.
Like everyone else. I was like Kim Cattrall's character.
Right, of course.
How do I do that?
You did it.
But I didn't know what PR was.
Right.
And so Melissa's like, oh no, PR is not real. Like, you don't need to go to school for it. Trust me, I'm in school.
Right. Like I'm in school, like unfortunately for PR.
And Melissa, I think you worked for like a travel PR company.
Yeah, it was not like glam, let me put it that way.
And then I like picked up the telephone and called Lizzie Grubman's office and got this free internship. And at the time, Jonathan Chebin, now known as the Food God,
Don't disrespect him. Don't disrespect him and use his old name.
I know.
How dare
I know,
you?
how dare
I know. When I say John, he's like, excuse me? And I'm like,
John who?
are you well? No, the Food God
Wait,
is...
what, is his first name Food, last name God? So you have to be like Food or Food
No,
God?
full Food God. No,
Yeah,
you
okay.
cannot say food.
Okay,
Like
so no
Madonna.
first and
Yeah.
last. Like
We
Madonna.
actually need to
Mr.
have him on our
God.
podcast,
Mr.
by the way.
God.
100%.
No, he's so not well, but I like in the best way.
Of
Love
course.
him. Anyway, so that was kind of the genesis of our beginning of our relationship. And then we wanted to do a podcast on kind of Judy and emergency preparedness, but we couldn't think of an interesting, fun way to do it. And then we thought, wait a minute, what if we tried to find the relationship that we have in celebrities? Like, who is Khloe Kardashian's real life ride or die
Malika.
emergency contact?
Right,
Malika.
like in that
Yeah.
case, it's well known.
Yeah.
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 But in many other cases, it's not really well known.
Yes. Like Kim and Allison.
Totally.
Prime
Completely.
example.
That's a great guess for
Perfect
you.
example.
And like people who like are there real, like there's so many Instagram friendships. Like you see like under a
Yeah.
celebrity's post, it's like, love you, boo. But like,
Yeah.
do you love
Yeah,
them?
right,
Like,
right.
Do you even know each other?
do you even know each other?
Right, like
Yeah.
we'll be the judge of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the concept is basically bringing on well-known people and like who is in their close personal circles, who is their quote-unquote emergency contact.
Exactly. And we want to know what they were like kind of their pre-glow up,
Yes, of course.
the
Pictures.
pre-fame. Yeah. And we've had such interesting guests. I
We
mean,
have. It's
yeah.
been
Your
really
first
funny.
episode is already out, right?
Yes.
With Tan France and his husband.
Yes.
Who were just incredible. I mean,
Really?
Tan is like the most humble, sweetest, funniest human being alive. And his husband, I had not really spent a lot of time with. I mean, was he not just...
No, I mean, I don't want to. He might even be. I might like him better than Tan.
Yeah.
No, like Tan France. Everybody loves Tan
Yeah.
France, right? Like world's nicest. But his husband Rob was so funny, so normal, so unaffected, so disinterested in like fame.
Love.
I don't know.
And-
It was great.
Can't relate. Can't relate.
And brought Tan at a retirement. First of all, Tan retired at 35, which I was like,
Right.
okay,
Goals,
mogul.
goals.
And he didn't want to do Queer Eye. And Rob was like, no, you have to give this a chance. Like, it
Oh,
could be a
wow.
really big
Wow.
opportunity. And thank God he did it, because we wouldn't have Tan right now.
Right. We
Right.
have Rob to thank.
And so logistically, you live in Philadelphia, so you guys are podcasting via Zoom, which is very
Yes.
common in the age of Corona. How are you adjusting? I know you've done reality TV. Who could forget the Spin Crowd?
Nobody.
A lot of people.
You've
A lot of people have forgotten it, unfortunately.
You've
Not us.
conquered
Not
the-
us.
Not us.
Not us.
I'll never forget.
No.
Thank you.
You've conquered the world of reality TV. You've conquered the world of PR. You've conquered the world of entrepreneurship. Now you're going to get into podcasting, which is actually not as easy as people think. Like, the audio is really fucking hard.
No,
like,
beyond.
Oh,
How-
all you have to do is listen to one episode of our show to get that. Like,
How
Yeah.
are you dealing?
I cannot get
How
my
are you
audio
dealing?
right.
If you need
No.
advice, you could always come to us.
It's actually a lot of work. Like, people just think you like press record and suddenly no. There's
No.
like briefing docs. Like, Melissa discovered what a Google Doc was. She had not heard of a
Oh,
Google Doc
wow.
before.
Welcome.
I'm
Did you
like,
die? No, I know. But it was great. My life pre-Google Docs was great. But now I just like, I can never find it. I don't know, like, am I looking at it? Is someone else looking
I
at
agree.
it? I don't want anyone messing with my edits. Like, I want to send you a Word document like it's $19.99 and have you send it back to me in green or red or,
or like
Right.
different color.
track changes.
Yeah.
Totally track changes. Google Docs, I'm just like, sigh, it just scares me.
I was like, it's a living, breathing document. She was like, excuse me.
It's like
It
the
is.
Torah.
It's alive.
It's
like
right.
It's
Where is it?
freaky.
He's like, I don't know. It's like in Google somewhere. And I'm
Yeah,
like, but
I
where do I
actually agree
go?
with
And he's
you.
like, get on Gmail.
I want to go off track really quickly and just point out, Melissa, that you are sitting with your purse, which I just love. Like,
Oh my
you're like
God.
the Queen
Queen.
Elizabeth vibes.
Should I have left it at the door?
No, it's
No.
just
Sorry.
like I don't know. It's just like an interesting way to sit.
No,
Is
it's
it? No,
so
what am I doing
elegant.
wrong? Oh my God, this is like my first rodeo. I should have left it at the door, but you know what? It's here now.
No, I
It's
love
here
that
It's
you're-
now.
a beautiful purse, and honestly,
Okay.
when you have a beautiful purse, you should show it off as much as
Oh
possible.
my God,
I just
thank
love that you're
you.
just like sitting with
And
it.
it is like very prepared of you. So I would want
Yes.
my emergency
Right,
contact to
thank
always
you.
have their
I like
purse
have an
on them.
RX
Yes.
bar in here, you know.
She's actually, and I'm dying to ask you guys this, she is the least prepared person. We do a quiz on our show, and we ask
Oh.
like 20 questions.
Okay, what are some of the
Melissa
questions?
would be like 0 to 0. Like, could not save a
You could have
soul.
fooled us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well,
Okay,
that's
what
part
are some of the
that's part
questions?
trick.
How do we know if we're
like,
prepared?
like, what do you do in the event of a fire on the upstairs floor of your home?
Grab my phone and take the elevator.
Precisely.
No, really,
yes.
grab Theo and run down the stairs.
Right,
Yeah.
like just like basic preparedness information that most people don't know. Like before Judy, I was the worst Judy. I didn't even know where my fire extinguisher was, and God forbid I had to use it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Okay, and let
You
me,
just
is
like
this
to
a dumb
think
question?
that like, your instincts kick in and all of a sudden you know how
Right.
to use a fire
Right.
extinguisher.
Right,
Right.
that's what you rely
So
on.
in New York City, does every apartment have a fire extinguisher or every floor?
So they recommend that every floor, so like even if you had 3 floors, like even in your basement, you should have a fire extinguisher.
your home?
In your home.
Well,
Some
that's
people even do
wild.
every room. Like,
What? Oh, those people
No,
are
that's
nuts.
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get
no,
I don't want to
Sued,
jinx.
but-
Yeah.
that's
So
extreme.
that's a lot.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot.
So
Yeah.
do you feel like since starting the podcast with Simon, you've become more prepared? Like you were a 0, are you maybe now like a 2?
A little bit. Like I could probably survive 24 hours. Whereas before I was just going to be like a goner
Right.
out of the gate. Like I didn't know that in a fire, I can't even remember. We did like a fire quiz and Simon was like, no, you're actually going to go up in flames. I'm worried for you. Like offline. He was like, Mel, I want to talk to you about your fire preparedness plan. And I was like, oh my God, my plan is like nobody wait for my husband. Just
Right.
like me and the kids will find our way
Stop,
out.
drop, and roll. Everyone knows
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I feel because I went from like a place of like negative 10 on the knowledge
Right.
scale. I feel pretty good now. Good enough.
And we do like franchises. So like we just did Chloe and Malika, and we did a tsunami franchise where we talked about like 15 things you needed to know about tsunamis and then quiz them on it. And like
What do
they,
you need to know?
honestly, I didn't realize that United States, like we actually had tsunamis.
That's
Me
the
neither.
first point.
Yeah.
The tsunamis exist in the U.S.
Yes.
Shocking.
There's
I
this
didn't know
place
that.
in California called Crescent City. Oh my God, I hope that's the name. Please don't come for me.
I think
Okay.
it is.
And it is.
I
Okay. And they have had 33 tsunamis since like the 1940s.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That's terrible
crazy.
luck.
Yeah. And just
Right.
like learning about how to prepare for them.
And okay, so Simon, in the age of coronavirus, where we're all kind of being prepared on another level, what are 3 things nobody should leave their house without?
You should leave their home or have in your home.
Both.
Okay, inside your home, you should have food and water for up to 72 hours.
Okay.
You should have a first aid kit, and you
Okay.
should have an emergency plan. And the emergency plan is free. Like you should know, how do I exit out of my apartment?
Right.
You know, what is have I checked my smoke detector, my carbon
Right.
monoxide detector? Like basic information.
Where should we meet?
Where should we meet? Having in a meeting spot.
Right.
Also, a communication strategy. Like if you have kids who are of the age where they have a cell phone, like what do they do when the Wi-Fi goes out or they
Right.
lose their cell service? Like so many people in the event of emergencies, they do this thing called milling where they don't believe an emergency is real. Like if I knew a tsunami was coming or a fire was coming, a wildfire was coming, they don't actually like listen. They wait and they're like, did you hear there's an evacuation warning?
Right.
And Jackie's like, Claudia, I'm not going until I hear from another person. And
Right.
suddenly you're like,
Right.
hello, we told you to evacuate.
Because it's so
Yeah.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
some of the things that are happening
Yeah.
like this
Yes.
year.
This year especially, like, even with COVID, like how many of us had conversations with our friends where we're like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't think I'm taking it that seriously.
Well, that's why we've been loving this new season of the Kardashians, because it's actually the footage of like what people were saying before coronavirus. It's like there's this thing called coronavirus. Like, should we go to Paris? It's like, I think we're going to be okay. People are
Yeah.
saying
Stuck.
right. So it's like there was so much uncertainty. It's actually interesting to watch like how we took it before we knew it was like a serious thing.
No, and before Kim went to Paris, I was sitting with her and I gave her a Judy kit that had kind of these wildfire prevention masks. We now know them as N95, but before
Right.
this at Judy, we had no idea. We had never even thought of
What a
pandemics.
commodity they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Right.
And she was like, I'm going to use my mask on the plane. I'm like, oh, I think that's excessive. Like, you probably don't need to. Fast forward now.
Right.
Yeah.
You
It's
wouldn't
like,
think.
we came in with a hazmat suit on to the studio.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy, crazy times we're living
Yeah,
in.
it really is.
So the podcast is available everywhere.
Yes, everywhere. Amazon, Spotify.
Yes,
Amazon
Amazon
has-
just
I think
Amazon
so.
just launched podcasts.
Okay,
Yes.
Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, all the places.
Oh my God, yes, my publicist.
That's very exciting. And it's called Emergency Contact. And you could follow both of them on Instagram, catch up on new episodes, find out information, see Simon without a shirt on. Great picture, by the way.
Thank you. Facetune, Face App, everything. All the above.
All the
Swipe
apps.
up.
Love that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys for listening. And we'll see you tomorrow for her, nothing, just Tuesday. Oh no, Wednesday. Hump Day.
Hump
Okay,
day.
bye. We'll see you
Get
tomorrow.
ready.
Bye.